Pandas. 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 I got bras on the net. I just don't lean in the panda. Pandas. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you guys are here. Hey, we just finished the pre-market show. Always have a great time there. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Drop a GM in the chat. It's good to be back. I took a week off last week and still, getting back started. And it'd be nice for your support because every single like, every single comment, every single chat is helpful for the stream, for the algorithm, for the algo, and letting people know that we are back up and running here, full speed ahead. So I do appreciate your support by doing that. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Tanner, good morning. Will Curtis, good morning. Kyle Lubers, good morning. Hello, Benjamins, good morning. What the heck is Apex doing? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. Kyle Lubers asks, can you send a link for the pre-market show? Sign up. It's actually in the description. It should be there. Become a member. Yep. Yeah, there should be a link in the description. I believe there is a link in the description. It says become a member. And there's a link there. Oh, hey, Kyle Ubers. Thanks for becoming Panda. Thanks for your support. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badges and forms over time. Enjoy your Panda emoticons. Enjoy access to the pre-market show. Hope you enjoy. Carl Herman, good morning from Asheville, North Carolina. Roberto from Chile. Kyle Ubers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's always nice when people become pandas during stream because you get to see the little animations and stuff. Appreciate that. Thomas Masters, good morning. Maria G, good morning. Hans, good morning. Lawrence, good morning. I mean, honestly, it's like if you really enjoy, the content here, if you enjoy the stream, if you want to support me, I consider it like a buddy buying another buddy a cup of coffee once a month. And, it's about $4.99, maybe less than a cup of coffee. Depends on where you buy it. And, yeah, so Mrs. Panda and I really enjoy that. And appreciate your support. So thanks, guys. And I really hope you guys get way more out of it than I do. You get access to the pre-market show as well. And that's where you get to see full-blown everything. You get to see all my account balances. You get to see everything. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Drop a GM in the chat. Sure, scalp the like button. Let's get up to let's get to 50 likes before the market opens. That'd be nice. 50 likes. I believe you guys can do it. Do it for the algo. Took a week off streaming last week, and so taking some time to build up the viewership again. And every like helps. Every chat helps. Every engagement helps. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Frank Angelo, good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Job openings news at 9 a.m. Central. Yes. That's probably the biggest news, which is 10 o'clock Eastern time. So if you look in the bottom right of your screen, you can see the time. I'm running on Eastern time. It's the best time. It's the only time. And at 10 o'clock Eastern time, JOLTS job openings will drop, and it's supposed to be potentially high impact. I don't know. Everyone's you'll know when accounts or when the news, like, you don't know, but you have a pretty good idea if the news is going to be a make or break an account. And I think the big one is going to be Thursday, unemployment claims. There's also news tomorrow, but to me the biggest one will be the jobs, because the mandate for they have a twofold mandate, the Fed. One is to take care of inflation, and one is to ensure the health of the job market. Good morning, guys. Good morning. The market has been just absolute doo-doo trash. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. That the market has been so terrible. It's just like you get some volatility around news. It's just such a news-driven market. It's pretty frustrating, to be honest. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Alex. Hey, bro. New here and new to Apex. Hey. Welcome to the journey. I'm glad you're here. Appreciate it. L Jackson. Hey, let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. Apex dropped the video. If you guys haven't noticed, BBM 80 for 80% off all Apex evaluations for the lifetime of the eval. And it really didn't take long until that happened, until that dropped, and incredible. Apex is a gift that keeps on giving, but Alex, I appreciate anyone using the code. I mean, at the end, you're welcome. But at the end, hey, Apex is dropping the promo BBM 80, but at the same time, they have updated their policies, and boy, oh boy, I'm curious. I'm curious what you guys are thinking. If you guys don't know already, we'll talk a little bit about it soon. Once we get a little more people here, let's get that like count up to 50 before the market open. We got about 4 more minutes to get there. Can we do it? Is it possible? Can you show your love and support? Appreciate you guys also joining in the morning. Let's take a look at the market here. Let's do some trading. Daily chart, just wild. 1, 2, 3, 4 bull bars in a row, all ending near their high. We're always in long, and we're going to be always in long until it's no longer. Am I going to think today's a strong bull day? I don't know. If we have a channel here, this is how it looks like, and we may be at the top of the channel. We make an overshoot of it, and we have a clear target at the top of the trading range on the trading range indicator on the daily chart. So we could have a strong bull trend day today. Could be quite possible, but in all honesty, if we are hitting the top of this channel, we could struggle to really have a strong bull day. $10,000 tick chart. Okay, we're hitting our heads here. Finally broke out. Big Mama. We can go over to Big Mama as well. Coming back down to the 20 MA here on a 10,000 tick. Already in an uptrend. It looks like it. Higher highs, higher lows. I just don't like this exhaustive looking move with no follow through. You know, the way you know if a big move is a breakout or a exhaustion is the follow through. This is a strong bull move and the follow through is weak. So you can say that this may be exhaustive here. Got an Asa bar trap here, but yeah, it wasn't quite at the 20 MA. Not that interested in that. Currently in the 2K chart, we're in a downtrend. And this is how I'm saying maybe there's a bigger uptrend. I probably could draw here. Let's see. No, that's not pretty. That doesn't make sense. Maybe something more along the lines of this. But still not too pretty. We're not capturing much of the data there. We're not capturing a lot of that price action. It's kind of difficult. Let's see. I mean, this actually kind of makes sense, and we have an overshoot here, maybe leading to an undershoot. Let's keep it like that for now. It fits the most points. One more minute to market open, and we are about 21 likes away to hit 50 before the market open. Can we do it in 1 minute? Is it possible? Do you guys have the will, the ability to do something impossible? Can we get to 50 likes in less than 1 minute? Is it possible? I don't think you guys can do it, but hey, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think you guys have the solidarity to be able to combine forces to do something amazing. I don't think you guys can do it though. It's all good though. So the biggest update about Apex is that now starting from May 1st, they will have an update on the policy. And the policy is you cannot liquidate your account beyond the minimum account balance you need to withdraw. So for example, if you are doing the 50K accounts, the minimum you need in there to withdraw is $52,600. So you basically need to profit $2,600 before you can withdraw. And they are saying that when you withdraw, you can't now dip under that 2,600. So effectively, if you want to withdraw money, you need to, the minimum you can withdraw is $1,000. And so what you'll need is to get your account balance at least $1,000 above the minimum requirement to withdraw. So for instance, the 50K account, you need to effectively get it to 3,600. You need to make a profit of 3,600 before you can withdraw your that 1,000, the minimum amount. I think it's pretty silly, to be honest. I think I'm curious to see how it will play out. I feel like they may modify that, and hey, honestly, if you don't like it, pandas, let them know. Let them know it's a bit silly. I think it's silly purely on principle, but I feel like You know, they make the rules, and you have a, you know, that's the risk they take. You know, the risk they're taking is they may lose customers, but they're trying to protect their business and their, you know, and some of their money, I guess. You know, I think what they're trying to do is create a culture of profitable traders, and they're trying to get rid of the culture of people just buying evals, trying to YOLO them, and then try to YOLO on PAs, and then withdraw, and then just, you know, continue. That's like rinse and repeat. You know, withdraw, you know, all the money, bust account, whatever, and rinse and repeat. You know, that's kind of, I think, what they're trying to prevent from happening. They want to kind of thresh out those type of people, and really want to keep only those who are serious traders who are profitable. I think that's what they're trying to find and trying to do, and that's the rules reflect that. So the one thing I don't like is the fact that by doing that, they are denying money you have earned, and I feel like they need to modify it to be able to, after a certain amount of withdrawals, you can pull out all the money. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Like after a while, you should be able to access all the money that you've earned, and I think I don't know. I don't know if that's still a rule. You know, I know they used to have a rule like that, but it's unfortunate. So you know, if you don't like it, let them know. Let them know. The one thing I know about Apex is that they hear your cries. You ask and you receive. You know, that's one thing I know about Apex, is that truly they are yeah, they are customer forward, and they're very open to listening to you guys. So hey, if you don't like it, then let them know. Hey, if you guys complain, then let them know. I mean, it's one thing to cry about it, but hey, you have the power here. You guys have the power. Lawrence Adiza said every other week 80% sale, then reset sale, keep failing and resetting. They don't have a problem with that. I mean, that's I think that's fair game, to be honest. Like I don't complain about them putting an 80% out, 80% off code. I don't mind that. In my opinion, the only thing different is that you have to basically make another $1,000 on top of what you typically do. And I think the buffer, it makes sense in terms of long-term trading. It really does. But I just think that you should decide that. You know, you should decide that, not them. You know, you should decide that. And this is my honest opinion. Honestly, like, you know, I'm talking openly about it, and you know, and we discuss it. That's just my opinion. I'm waiting for a setup here. Do I want a reversal? I want the gap to fill. The 5-minute chart, there's a gap here. Most likely will fill. Close to it. And gaps like to fill. So we do have a trap here, but I don't like the strong move down to the 20 MA. I feel like there's one more leg down in here on the 10,000 tick. We had that overshoot leading to that undershoot, like I mentioned. And we are hitting the 20 EMA now. So hello, Benjamin says, just change the max withdrawal to 1,000 for the first withdrawal. I think that's worse. I think that's way worse. I think that's way worse. Yeah, I don't think they have liquidity issues. I think they have plenty of liquidity. I honestly think the main problem about this new policy is if they don't allow you to pull it out sooner or later. Like, you know, they can say like, you can't pull it out for 3 months because we want you to, you know, have a healthy balance or something, or you can't do it after. The old policy was kind of like, you know, you have this minimum and max withdrawal that you can do, but at the end, after 3 months, you can withdraw as much as you want. Or after 3 withdrawals and the 4th withdrawal, you can pull as much as you want. I think they should keep that essentially the same, and maybe they are. Maybe I'm speaking for them. Maybe I just don't understand yet. But I think, you know, by the 4th withdrawal, you should be able to pull as much money as you want, regardless. And I don't think there's a problem with that. I feel like there's not that big of an issue with the policy, but that, in a sense, they nerfed it a little bit. they nerfed themselves. But yeah, you essentially need to make $1,000, and $1,000 more than you typically do. I don't agree that getting to a withdrawal is like passing 3 evals. I don't agree with that, because to pass an eval, for instance, the 50K one, let's just start with that. You need to get your account balance up to what, $5,000, something like that, and that's 1 eval, $5,000. Now, in order to withdraw with the new policy, you need to make 3,600. So that's not even 2 withdrawal. That's not even 2 evals. So I wouldn't agree that it's like trying to pass 3 evals. I would say it's like trying to almost pass 2 evals, maybe. I mean, if you're talking about the 300K account, you need 20K to get the EPA. That's an eval, and you know, you can withdraw at 7,500. So, well, technically now 8,500, which is half of the eval. So I do not agree that this is like passing 3 evals in a row. It's not even 2 evals in a row, but it is a little bit harder. You basically need to make $1,000 more than you typically do, and you can only withdraw with that 1,000. I mean, I may be wrong, Tanner. Like, I just don't understand the logic that you're... I don't understand your reasoning. I describe my reasoning, but, you know, you can go ahead and describe yours. I just... Hey, I'm open. I'm open to discussion here. I'm always open to discussion. Yeah, I think they can maybe make a compromise here. Like, any account that you open before the policy update, like, you can keep the old rules because you open them with those policies and you signed up with those policies, and maybe that could be a compromise. All right, we're filling that gap on the 5-minute chart, also hitting the previous day's close. Like I mentioned, I feel like there was one more leg down it needed. Because the 10,000 tick, we had a strong leg down to the 20-minute. I thought we had one more leg down, which is what we're getting here now. 5-minute chart filling that gap here, and we do have news at 10, so please remember that. It's the JOLTS job opening, and yeah, it can actually move the market pretty significantly. We'll see though. I should make a prop firm. If I made a prop firm with all the rules that you guys want, I would go bankrupt in 1 second. The rules that you guys want is literally impossible to make a business out of. But, you know, you guys want no rules. No evals. Just straight up funded right in the beginning. and you can pull out money even into the original capital. So if you open a 50K account, you can pull out that 50K right away. That's the rules that you guys want. I just don't think it's gonna, it's not gonna work out. This is a new prop firm. You can yeah, you just start with $1,000 profit and you can just withdraw. Best prop firm ever. 10 out of 10. Bareback Jack, so that makes it seem like 2 evals to me. The 3K profit in the eval is not your money. Yes, that's true, but what you're gaining, doesn't mean you're not gaining anything. You have to understand, like, you're gaining the ability to trade risk-free. And so that's the price you pay. You're gaining 3K, but you paid only, what, $50 for it? And I think you can't forget that. There is a value to that, and the value, there's value to having the potential of to be able to open a risk-free account. There is a value to that, so there's a price. I just think that's a little unfair to say. I'm trying to be reasonable, objective here. I could be wrong, but I already told you that the new rule, it doesn't make sense unless they modify it to be able to pull out all your money sooner or later. Tanner says, considering you would never want to drop the count to having no buffer, considering this, it's like passing 3 evals to get to a place where you can safely take a payout. So with your logic, you're saying basically the new policy doesn't affect you because you never want to do it anyways. You never want to go, you never want to go beneath your buffer. So I feel like with that logic, the policy update has zero effect on you. Yeah, honestly, policy update really affects people who live on that razor edge of, let's just say for 50 account, like they open a 50K account, they make that bare minimum and they withdraw 1,000 and they keep continuing to play with that buffer 1,000 and try to get another 1,000 and pull out from there. I feel like those are the people who are most affected, and that's the kind of trader that you are. Then I think Apex is making it clear that's not what they're looking for. That's not what they want. And if that's the only reason why you want Apex, then they're kind of making clear to their policies like maybe it's not the prop firm for you. What they're trying to show with the policy update is we want traders who open a 50K account and they are trading it successfully, and they want to get to a point where they can grow this account as big as possible, and those are the people that they want. So I think the policy update reflects their philosophy and what they're looking for. And they may lose a lot of people for that. That's kind of the risk they're taking. And they may convert some traders, to become traders like that, which is, their ultimate goal probably. I think at the end, regardless of what it is, you should be trading these prop firms if you're a profitable trader. Like if you're going like YOLO trades every time and you can't become profitable, if you're not profitable, then why would the prop firm want to keep you on as a trader? It's as simple as that. And if you're not a profitable trader, then it's just, they're not going to want you to trade for them. I hope that makes sense. Like, no prop firm wants people who are not profitable. And I think that's a hard reality for a lot of people, and it is what it is. You know, I always recommend, like, start slow. Don't even open a lot of accounts. You know, if you're just beginning, start with one account, prove yourself to be profitable, and once you can, then fund yourself more accounts. But I think if you are not profitable, then that's what you need to work on first. Sorry, that's the truth, hard truth. And it's like, you gotta do what you gotta do. I personally think that you should have a minimum of 5K buffer. If you ever withdraw, you should have a minimum of 5K buffer. That's because for me, my minimum I need to trade one E-mini is 5,000. So I never want to go beneath 5,000. And, you know, that's why for me, like, I like to open up the, you know, bare minimum. Like, I like to do the 50K account sometimes, but you know, I think that's the best bang for your buck. But in terms of longevity, you know, the 150K account is probably that sweet spot because the buffer is 5,000 right off the bat. So you can just start right away trading one E-mini contract. So, you know, I just feel like in general, you want to have $5,000 buffer, just regardless. Like, if you're trading with your own money, if you're trading with a trailing threshold, you want $5,000. But yeah, Tanner is right, you know. if it honestly doesn't bother me that much. I just see it as a small extra hurdle. What bothers me though is if they don't allow you to pull it out after, let's say, 3 withdrawals. If you get to 3 withdrawals or 3 month of withdrawals, whatever they want to use, I feel like you have the right to your money. We are hitting a 240 SMA, and about 10 more minutes until news hits. That's going to be the JOLTS opening, and we can have a decent move off of that. I'm not going to bank on it. You know, I don't know if I would necessarily trade an eval for it to make or break your accounts, but I feel like, you know, but definitely could be potentially strong move. The reason why you want to make sure if you want to YOLO, finish your eval so you can get to PAs. It's not best trading strategy, but it is the easiest way to get a PA account. It is to trade news on the eval. You cannot trade news on your PA account, but evals is kind of free game. They don't really care. For evals, if you want to pass as fast as possible, easy as possible, but you know, but the chances are basically 50-50. The reason why you want to trade only on news that you're pretty confident that within 1 or 2 bars it's going to move like 10 plus points is because sometimes if the news is not strong, it will wiggle. It will make like a strong move up and a strong move down, and basically it will take out any trade, long or short, and it will bust your account. So if you chose to go long, even if you chose a long, it will bust you. If you try to go short, it will bust you regardless, because of the trailing threshold going up and down. So if the news is not strong and won't make a very clear direction, like in one way, then it's, you know, it's not very good, you know, if you want to pass your account using news. You need the news to be strong enough so in about 1 or 2 candles you can reach about 10 plus points. Yeah, it's a slow market because news is about to drop in about 8 minutes. We got a second entry short here. I'm not interested though. As you can see, we have a break of trend to new low, bouncing off of support, which is a 240 SMA. This is, and look at how choppy it is. This is not a place I want to go short. If it makes a scalp here, you know, so be it. It just doesn't make sense for me to go short here. Can you trade the announcement in PA? No, you cannot. You can, and they may ding you though. I mean, technically you can. It's not impossible for you to do it, but they have the right to ding you and say, like, you know, that's not a right trade, and you know, unless you can prove to them that was part of your strategy, like it's not different than any other trade that you've done. It just happens to be at the time of news. Then I think they'll be open and willing to talk about it. But other than that, and yeah, I think you have to show them some evidence. Like, I've done this trade, this setup. This is why I took it. That's it. How long after? I don't know what the time is, if there's a time limit. I just feel like as long as you're trading setups, that's all they care about. Or as long as you're trading some sort of strategy. Like, I have time where I traded like soon after news. Like, let's say I had Big Mama setting up here, and the news, the PA is right here. The news is around here. It triggers, the news triggers, and then it goes up and hits my Big Mama. Like, I would enter that trade regardless, because, you know, it's a trap triggering here, but still skipping it because look at how choppy this market has been, and we got about 7 more minutes or 6 more minutes into news. So I'm gonna sit on my pause here. I'm just unsure. Price action wise, it's very choppy, creating trading range, a lot of overlapping bars, a lot of dojis. It can come back down into this, but this is an area where I would take a trap trade. Right? This is an area where I feel like you got a break a trend new low, bouncing on support. You got a lot of context here, but the current price action is just so choppy. It makes these unreliable. Right? Your signal bar is a doji bar. So, but this is a place where I typically would look for a trap trade. I'm gonna skip it purely in the fact that the immediate price action is just too choppy for me. I don't like it. That's a nice entry bar. So if you want to enter it now because you like, this gives you a little more reason to go long, then you know you can come with a retracement, which people may be trying to do here. I'm gonna sit on my pause like I mentioned and just let this play out. I think I'm gonna wait for the news. D Walker says, Panda, would you please consider showing the strategy analyzer? Yes, I will. I will do that. I just haven't had the time. I've already made the bulk of the video, recording the entire contract, and the results are amazing, and I will show you. Big Mama did hit last night, and it failed the first time.
10,000 tick trap.
And on the second attempt, it was successful. So you lose it the first time, but you can make your money back if you wanted to the second time, or you can make it so basically typically a 5-point stop loss. Big Mama triggers, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's so annoying. It stops you out almost to the tick, and then the second attempt, Big Mama, it is successful. So it's up to you if you want to take the Big Mama the second time, but oftentimes the second attempt is very, very high probability. Yeah, so this is why I didn't go long here, because of the price action being too choppy, being really indecisive here. This may be a better setup here to go long at this point, because now it's a second attempt up here. Could lead to an L4 setup though as well. I'm gonna let this go. It's just too sideways, too choppy, and if it works out, it's okay. I've been in this situation before, and I've lost this trade many times, and I'm just gonna let it go. It's actually a nice strong bull bar here. Give you more reason to go long here if you like. I'm just gonna skip it. I've already skipped it a while back. I'm just gonna let it go. In fact, the better setup maybe is to go short at this point because of all the failures to reverse here. Also, 10,000 tick flashing a trap trade. Right, you got a second entry long that fails. A, B, C bounces off and maybe start a nice reversal setup here on the 10,000 tick. You got about 2.5 minutes until news drops. Sitting on my pause. Inside bar. It's flashing some green, which is nice. I've already decided to skip this regardless, so I don't have any FOMO here. It's just gonna happen without me if it does. And you move on. You move on with life. Inside bar breaks out to the upside here. One more minute into news drops. If you notice, if you entered long on this trap, it just made a perfect scalp on this trap here. And you didn't get stopped out even though it reversed. I would have came out break even probably if I was in this long here. The fact that it reversed, I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I never want my trade to reverse.
10,000 tick trap.
Trap, if you guys heard the alert, it's 10,000 tick trap, which is what you can see here. And notice the alert happens before the trap triggers. The alerts happen before it happens. So it's letting you know that it's gonna happen. So hey, check the 10,000 tick. That's the power of the two-legged pullback indicator. News in about 10 seconds. I think it's gonna go short. What can I say? I think it's gonna go down. News just dropped. And I was wrong. It is going not down, it is going up. And it went up about 4 points. Does it have much more juice? I don't know. We'll find out. Decent push up, some follow through now. Okay. Very strong move up. Couldn't get a piece of it. It's all good. Let's see if we get a setup, some sort of setup sometime today. Second entry long. Let's see if we can get it. I'm game. Give me a second entry long. I thought this was irrelevant, but now looking at it, kind of relevant. I could do this. Jeez. It's not pretty. Second entry long. Are we gonna get any type of setup here today? People might consider it as a hidden second entry long. And enter it. It's technically not, because you need to break the previous candle's high to create that first entry, and we don't got a first entry. If you don't have a first entry, you can't have a second entry. Math. Confusing. Confusing. I think yeah, the new policies on Apex, it's maybe a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people, but it's what can I say? It's their compromise on letting you withdraw whenever you want. Basically, you can withdraw twice a month if you only need 10 trading days. So it's their compromise, I think, for that. I just feel like I haven't read it. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, I could be completely wrong. So this is why I'm not like super hung up about it. But if they have basically in the rules to say that yes, you can't withdraw that first initial minimum account balance that you need to withdraw, then after 3 withdrawals or 3 months with 1 withdrawal per month, or however they want to phrase it, I think sooner or later, and I think 3 months or 3 withdrawals is pretty reasonable, they should allow you to, from then on, to be able to access whatever money you want in that account. I think that's fair. But if they don't have that in the rules, then I would say, you know, that's probably something they should change, because by principle, that money is the money you earn, and you should be able to have access to it. Avoid vanity puts a claim out there, and he's right to his own opinion, but I don't think that's necessarily the truth. Second entry long trap trade. I don't like how the first leg is beneath the 20 MA, and this leg may cause another leg down for second leg down. It could cause that. We had the overshoot to an undershoot. It's a second entry long, but it's not one I like because the first leg is beneath the 20 MA. Right, so this is the first pullback, first entry, second pullback, second entry above the 20 MA. With such a strong move down, you can have one more leg down here. I'll consider a trap trade here. If we get a trigger here, the second entry short, and that fails, I may consider going long. This may create a triangle as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to enter a triangle just because the market's been so slow. And this is why I didn't enter long here. I'm happy I didn't enter long. Be very disappointed at this point. And you're still safe technically. And you just got stopped out if you went long there. This is why I skipped that trade. I completely skipped it. And that second leg down comes. Got that first leg here. It may create a triangle here. I don't know how the triangle is going to look like, but it may create a triangle. Kefla says, I have 50K. I have to get my count to 52,600. I can't withdraw 2K now. I need to get it higher or what? I'm confused. So the rules, guys, if you don't know yet, the policy has changed in withdrawals and it hasn't started yet. It starts on May 1st. So you're still okay with your withdrawals. I also think they should make a exception for those who open their accounts before May 1st that they should use the old rules. I think for any account that has that, they should allow them to use the old rules because you signed up with the old rules. I think they should allow that. I don't know if they can actually differentiate the, administratively, but if they can do it easily, then I think that's something they should consider as well. But the new rule basically says you need to have a safety net of the minimum account balance that you need to have to withdraw. For example, if you guys don't know how Apex works, basically if you have a 50K PA account, you need the account balance to be at 2,600. You need 2,600 profit. And so from there you can withdraw maximum like $2,000, minimum 1,000. So what they're saying now is now you need your account balance to be after your withdrawal, the account balance has to be above that minimum requirement. So if you withdraw, your ending balance must be above 52,600. So for this example, you need a minimum of $53,600. You need $3,600 of profit in order to withdraw, because the minimum you need to withdraw is the minimum you can withdraw is $1,000. And so that means that you need the account balance to be whatever the minimum you need plus 1,000. So that's what it is. And how many times you need to do that, not sure, but I personally think they should allow you to withdraw all your money once once a passage of time or a certain amount of withdrawals or a combination of both. I think as sooner or later they should allow you to access all the money you want to withdraw. I think it makes sense though. It makes complete sense why they want to do this. Does it suck for the customer? Yeah, definitely makes it harder for them to withdraw money. But I guess at the end, their goal is not to necessarily please all the customers. Their goal is to, it's a balancing act. They want to please customers, but at the same time, right? They want to please customers in a fair way, but at the same time, they want to find profitable traders who can make the money ultimately sooner or later. So they believe these rules will help them find. That's their objective. If if the issue is related to liquidity, I don't even want to entertain that thought. I don't think they have shown at all that there is liquidity issues. Like I mentioned, this may start to turn to a triangle, but it really is just turning into consolidation. And the news did this, and now we're back to chop, sideways chop. And this is the price action we've been dealing with for past several months now, I think. About 6 months of this has happened. The last 6 months of trading has been like this, in my opinion. Kind of this character and this nature. Every once in a while you have a nice day, but most of the time it just feels and looks like this. Will the dollar lose value? Is the dollar going to become no longer, is the USD no longer going to be the reserve currency? I mean, in history has always shown the reserve currency. Well, I don't know if it's reserve currency. I think that's like a specific term. I'm not sure if that really existed a long time ago, but I think history has shown that there has been like, essentially the main currency, and that has always changed throughout history. And the cycle may be up for the U.S. I don't know. I personally don't think so. I don't know if it'll happen in our lifetime, but I think there's definitely some concern in terms of the power of the dollar, just because of the potential easing they're about to do, quantitative easing. If you don't know what that is, basically it's the government printing money, creating inflation, and they do it by many means. But essentially, if the government or the Fed, basically, or the government, you know, if they don't do things to strengthen the dollar, I just feel like that's going to be bad. They're deciding between two things: hyperinflation, or well, I guess three things: hyperinflation, depression, uh, or stagflation. I think those are pretty much the only options. But let's see what they do. I mean, I'm loaded up with gold personally. I am protecting myself from any type of hyperinflation. I don't think I'm gonna get rich with gold, but I will protect myself from any hyperinflation. That's basically all really gold is. It's not all it's good for. I think honestly, gold it has a lot of potential to go up. But um, I mean, just imagine if all of a sudden they said, we're going to a gold standard, the world will go crazy. The world would implode. We're just grinding on the top of this trend line here with complete consolidation. I'm not a breakout trader, but if I were, I may consider looking for breakouts sooner, somewhere around here. I'm just a scalper, so all I see is consolidation here. I mean, technically I should be looking for a short trade. Man, this market. Ugh. It's terrible.
10,000 tick trap.
Sorry, I'm currently muted. I'm eating some panda treats, and I don't like slobbering into the mic for your sake. Yogurt. It is yogurt. Greek yogurt. This stuff is healthy. Mrs. Panda made some homemade strawberry jam and and a granola bar. Homemade granola bar. That's cool. That's my panda treats for today. Okay. Okay. What is happening? This trap does trigger. I don't know. What am I to do here? What? Alright. Pushing down. This trend line ended up being strong. Very nice. At least we got some idea what's happening. Hard to enter this trap, to be honest, just because you don't know how long this consolidation was going to last for. But you might have some clues where you kept hitting this trend line. You can get a trap off of it. You may think that risk is worth it. I personally didn't think so. When trading becomes that difficult, I typically just stay away. When I have to make that hard of a guess, I just feel like it's okay for missing it. I'm marking this to see if it breaks this low. Most likely will. Most likely, but who knows. There it is, breaks the low. All right. Decent move down. Daily chart may print a semi-bear bar, showing that we're at the top of this channel here. We could find our way back down, and again, we could just find our way, you know, several days. These are daily charts, so every candle is a day. So this could be like a month until we hit the top of this. We can have it to like a pullback, several days, several weeks pass until we finally hit the top of this. So we could have a bear day today. Overall, it's an uptrend on the daily chart though. Second entry short on the 10,000 tick chart, as you can see, with the red 2. Not what I like, right? Because the first leg is above the 20 MA. You got all this chop here. It's not something I could confidently predict. I'm just grinding down. What a move. Fail to break out of this triangle. Ends up being a strong push to the downside instead. Multiple strong bull bear bars on the 10,000 tick. Bear bar, ending near the low. 3 of them in a row. 5-minute chart may also be a strong bear bar ending near its low. We already have one here, and we have some follow through. Could be always in short, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Big Mama may trigger down here. Whoo! Completely flat right now. I mean, this price action has been terrible. Second entry short. I'll take it. Give me a second entry short. I'll consider it. A, B, C. Especially for hitting like the bottom of this and also 20 minutes like a breakdown, pullback, retest. I'll consider that. You know, the more resistances you have, the better. I think that's what people mostly miss about the two-legged pullback. That it needs to trigger at a support or resistance. Or some form of that. It's not, you can't just take any of them. You have to, it has to coincide with some sort of support or resistance. That's the most important thing actually. In fact, you can trade, you don't have to trade two-legged pullbacks. If you have good support resistance levels, you can just trade off those. The two-legged pullback adds that extra level of confidence to show that there's two attempts and the second one's failed. Right? If you think about it, it's 2 attempts up and then the second attempt fails really and then reverses. By the way, Pandas, 80% off Apex. Take advantage of it while it lasts. It's the Easter promo. Hope you guys take advantage of it while it lasts. Okay, coming back. No second entry short here. I may be looking for one though. First entry, or sorry, yeah, first entry.
$10,000 tick trap.
Are we gonna even get a second entry short, or is this gonna be a first entry off the 20 MA? Time will tell. Second entry short, pandas. Do we have a setup? Or is the market gonna tease us to death here? Second entry short, potentially here. Would you guys take it? Would you take this second entry short here? It's a terrible looking signal bar, but it's not large. The risk is not too big. It may be worth taking if you like the context enough. The signal bar is so terrible. It's the worst signal bar, but by its shape, but by the risk, it's not too bad. It's actually not too bad according to the risk. Would you guys take this second entry short here? Ooh, it does trigger. It does trigger. Second short does trigger. Reverses. Disappointed if you're in this trade at the moment. I'm gonna have a ready with a limit order. If we get a nice solid bear bar here, I would enter in with a retracement. But if it ends like that, I cannot take that trade. I cannot take it. If it gave me a nice trigger bar or entry bar, I would consider it. But now it's such a close risk to trapping out. I'm skipping it. Right, this is why the signal bar has to be taken account. Signal bar was the worst type of signal bar in terms of shape. The risk, not the worst. The risk is like 2 points, and I can live with that. You know, if I really like the trade, I can live with that 2-point risk. Ooh, hey, it might work out. Getting a retracement back down here. Another attempt down here. Getting quite choppy now, but it's clearly underneath the 20 MA. Oh man, you are really sweating. When that triggered like that, you're really sweating right there. I'm just sitting on my paws. I don't like the price action right now. I don't like how this was. I don't like how this feels. I don't like how slow it is. I don't like this doji. I don't like the overlapping. I do like the fact that it is underneath the 20 MA. That's one good thing, but other than that, this is looking like doo-doo. Gonna sit on my paws here. It's already 3 overlapping bars here. We're just gonna let this play out, and one of them's a doji. Man, so you thought you got away. People came out break even there because they saw that, got scared. You just got stopped out. Anyone, thoughts and prayers to those who took that short. This is why the quality of the signal bar was accounted for there, and unfortunately, or fortunately, it gave me enough reason. But maybe for some of you guys, you might have said, screw it, I like it. Second entry short off the 20 MA, strong push down, looking for another leg down, and that makes a lot of sense. I don't blame you for thinking that that could be a potentially good trade. I don't really blame you for that. Yeah, I agree with Alpha Kage. Is that your name? If you open an account before the new rules, then the account should abide by the old rules. PA is looking bad. Feeling quite sad. Apex making me mad. Could be an overshooting to undershoot and may come back up. Also, look on the higher time frame, 10,000 tick chart, break a trend to new low. Could be ready to continue back up. I just don't know, pandas. This price action is just too hard. This tomfoolery here, I hate that. I hate when the market does stuff like this. Ends up just being a nice trap trade though. Ultimately. Thoughts and prayers to those who took that short. Oh, your names will be remembered. Incredible. Incredible. Price action. No trades for me. If you're walking away today flat, pat yourself on the back. It's better to be flat than red. That's just 100 away from blowing out my PA. Oh, it's a tough place to be. It's a tough place to be. I don't know. The problem is if you do like a YOLO trade, you know, even the slightest like drawdown is gonna bust your account. You could trade micros. You could try to climb your way out trading micros. It's like you're trying to dig yourself out from, you know, trying to dig a hole with a spoon. But hey, you can try. This price action is very painful. Oh, I mean, you guys can go and leave and do your own stuff. I am streaming. I have to sit through all of this. So, the benefits of being able to just watch and enjoy. Confusing. Remember, there's news tomorrow, pandas. Don't forget. News tomorrow at 8:30. Wait, let me double check. I think it's at 8:30. Actually, news tomorrow at 10 Eastern time. So we'll be streaming again during news. It could be a pretty good move. Thursday, I think it's a big move. Unemployment claims. I mean, that's anything to do with employment, you know, potentially strong news. Anything to do with inflation, potentially strong news. So, you know, FOMC, of course, strong news. So anything that involves those things, I think you would have to consider it may be a strong move. Wayne Bignall, I'm here with you. I'm Green. Wayne Bignall, the faithful and loyal panda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. RGE says, depends if you're doing 140 lifetime or 80 a month. He's saying that if you're the 140, it may be worth just trying to climb your way out with micros. Or if you're paying 80 a month, it may not be worth it because it might just take too long. You might just be hurting yourself. When you can just get new PAs with, you know, BBM 80. I don't feel confident in anything right now in terms of which direction the market may go. And that typically means it's going to be a trading range day. When you have this feeling, you know, it's because how slow it's been. And all this overlap. Look at this. Look at that. Ugh. Ugh. Look at the strong move down. Like, you know, you got like 15 bear non-bull bars in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 non-bull bars in a row. And you don't even get another push down. Amazing. Terrible. Market's been real doo-doo. Piranha Panda says, I might have to suck down a little red today. Hey, live to fight another day. This day may not be worth fighting for. If you're looking at the price action, this day really may not be worth fighting for. See how bad it's been. And like the thing is like usually the next day is probably like really good. You know, like when you have setups that don't work, like 3 in a row, then the temptation is to go on tilt. But if you just wait one more day, typically, like not typically, but oftentimes the next day, it's like really good. You know, it's like all your setups work. You know, sometimes it's like that. But you gotta survive the tilt. I'm feeling okay. My mental capital has been good. I took that week off. So I'm okay looking at this, staring at this, and I don't feel anything in terms of feeling bad. I haven't took a trade yet. That's the benefit of having a break, you know. You kind of have fresh eyes, and you're like, all right, I'm okay. I'm okay not taking a trade here. Just let this go. It's L4 setup. 4 pushes up. Big push down out of nowhere. Very cool. It could be a breakdown of this channel and maybe retest it. Basically hitting the previous day's close. I'm reloading just because that fast drop down. I'm not sure if my charts are accurate. Regardless, I don't have a setup, Panda. I still don't have a setup here. It's quite frustrating, quite annoying. Overshoot leads to undershoot. Quite possibly a reversal here. Trap trade. Too far away from 20 MA. Too close to this support. Can't take it, but if it's a strong move down, then potentially easy scalp here. But doesn't fit to my rules. Second entry short, maybe. I'll take the second entry short here. Second attempt down. I'll take it. Let's see. Will you guys take it with me is the question. If we get a second entry short here. Let's see if we get that second pullback. Okay, it's not triggering that second pullback yet. Come on. Come on. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overlapping bars in a row. Gives you the micro double top instead of triggering that second pullback, being super frustrating right now. Frustrating. Doesn't actually give us a setup. Doesn't give us a second just short. Instead, the trap just triggers and gets a perfect scalp. So frustrating. No setup for us. And it's just how the day is. You know, you can't make it. You just can't jump in. If I'm trading 5 contracts, I better make sure the trade I'm about to enter is, you know, it has very little going against it. So I need everything to go for it. You need to be like a 90% trader. If you're trading like up to 5 contracts here, it's quite a lot. Because of the trailing threshold. Doesn't do much. It gives you a perfect scalp. You still may be trapped here. Maybe upset at this point. Disappointed. Alright, comes back up. And I'm gonna call it a day. Pandas, don't forget BBM 80 for 80% off for Easter promo. And this week is a Holy Week, so if you're a believer, then yeah, hope you're blessed. And yeah, as you reflect upon this week to the resurrection of Christ. So hope you guys can reflect on that for those who believe. And Pandas, hey, if today's not worth fighting for, it's okay. Close the charts down. Close it down. It's all good. You can do it. You can live to fight another day. And Pandas, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow, 9:15 for the mainstream, 9 o'clock for the pre-market show. And hope to see you guys there. And trade safe, everyone. As always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.
10,000 tick trap.